Well, an NCP Neta, Clyde Crasso, quotes a report and says that the SUVs were bought with Nirbhaya fund and they were diverted to provide Y plus security to Shinde legislators. He adds that shameful misuse of power by the Shinde-Fadnavis government. Eknath Shinde's legislators must hang their heads in shame. So that's a big allegation coming in from the NCP leader against the Shinde government, saying that many of those SUVs which were bought were actually money which was diverted from the Nirbhaya fund, and it was only to provide Y plus security to the MLAs belonging to the Shinde faction. In fact, the NCP leader goes on to say that this is a reason why the MLAs must hang their heads in shame. Mihir is joining me from Mumbai. Mihir, but naturally it's going to become a huge political controversy.
Absolutely, and we are seeing reactions from the opposition and clearly Congress is taking the issue to target the government in power. At this point, what the allegation is that around 30 crores have been spent on acquiring vehicles by the Mumbai police, and some of those vehicles are being used to escort the MPs and the MLAs of the Shinde government, and that is one of the allegations that this is being used from the Nirbhaya fund. It is allocated for the safety of women and for the administration and the enforcement to ensure that the money is used in that direction. But now the allegation is that this money is being used for purchasing vehicles which are now being used to, in a sense, escort these MLAs from the Shinde government, and that's why the opposition is coming very hard on this particular issue.
Any reactions yet, even by way of your sources from the government?
At this point, clearly there is no reaction from the government, but we do expect that soon there will be a clarification from the government. Right now, the allegation is that the police has spent around 30 crores in purchasing these vehicles from the Nirbhaya fund is what the allegation is. Now the government has to prove and come out in the open saying whether this is right or whether they are just being targeted and it's part of some sort of attack by the opposition. But what we understand is that SUVs that were purchased in this particular budget by the Mumbai police are being used to escort all the MLAs who are getting Y plus security. Now when you get a Y plus security, you have 5 police officers as well as an escort vehicle with you, and these vehicles are the same ones which are being freshly purchased by the Mumbai police from the Nirbhaya fund, and that is creating the kind of uproar and criticism that is that the government is facing at this time.
Mihir, I'm just going to come back to you in a bit. We first have a reaction coming in from the NCP. Let's listen into that.
महाराष्ट्र की शिंदे फडणवीस सरकार की बेपरवाही देखो क्या है। इन्हें आम जनता से कोई लेना देना नहीं है। अब तक तो इन्हें बेरोजगार युवाओं से कोई लेना देना नहीं था, किसानों से कोई लेना देना नहीं था, और आज निर्भया फंड जो महिलाओं के सम्मान के लिए, सुरक्षा के लिए, उनको छेड़खानी से बचाने के लिए किया गया है, उससे आवंटित पैसों से इन्होंने जो व्हीकल खरीदे हैं, जो गाड़ियां खरीदी है, उसका इस्तेमाल मंत्रियों के एस्कॉर्ट के लिए करते हो। थोड़ी भी शर्म नहीं है। अब है मोदी सरकार, बार बार नारियों पे वार, ऐसी अवस्था जो है ये सरकार की हो गई है।
Okay, so that was the NCP's first reaction, and according to the NCP, there is a report that they are talking about, and in that report, the allegations are that the funds which were actually meant as a part of the Nirbhaya fund were being diverted. Mihir, NCP is quoting a particular report. Do we have any idea what the report is and what are the details of the report?
Well, the details of the reports do suggest that the funds that were supposed to be used for the safety of women that the Nirbhaya fund was set aside and given to the state has been used by the Mumbai police to acquire certain vehicles to the tune of 30 crores. Out of these vehicles, there are several SUVs, and now these SUVs are being used to escort these MPs and MLAs of the Shinde government is the allegation. now one will have to really verify the truth and corroborate all the evidence that is there. But at this point, the allegation is that the Nirbhaya fund is being misused for the protection and escorting of the MLAs of the Shinde government, and that is something that is drawing a lot of criticism. One hopes to find some sort of response from the government in power also at this point, but at this point there is absolute silence on that. But the opposition has really trained its guns on the government, and they are asking questions. Clearly we saw this bite earlier where Mr. Atul Londe from the Congress is targeting the Shinde government, saying that this is a government which really doesn't care about employment, it doesn't care about any issues that are happening in Maharashtra, and to add to that, they have now misused the Nirbhaya fund for their own benefit, for the security of the MLAs. These MLAs have been getting Y+ security, and the SUVs that are being used for their security, for escorting them, is coming from the funds allocated for the Nirbhaya fund, is what the blame is at this point.
Okay, Mihir, just hold on, please. We have one more reaction coming in from Sachin Sawan. Let's listen in.
इस्तेमाल होना चाहिए, निर्भयाओं के लिए इस्तेमाल होना चाहिए। बड़ी अफसोस की बात है और सबसे निंदाजनक बात है कि महाराष्ट्र के सत्ताधारी विधायकों की सुरक्षा के लिए इस्तेमाल हो रहा है। हम ये सरकार से जवाबदेही चाहते हैं, क्या उनकी प्राथमिकता ये है कि ये सत्ताधारी विधायकों की सुरक्षा करें, या कि उनकी प्राथमिकता ये होनी चाहिए कि महाराष्ट्र की निर्भयाओं की, अबलाओं की सुरक्षा करें? क्या इन विधायकों को हम अबला विधायक कहें अभी? तो निश्चित तौर पर हम ये जवाबदेही सरकार से चाहते हैं कि इस पूरी घटना की जांच हो और ये 12 करोड़ जनता को बताएं कि महाराष्ट्र की महिलाओं की सुरक्षा के लिए जो फंड इस्तेमाल होना चाहिए, किस वजह से, किस मानसिकता से, किस सोच से सत्ताधारी विधायकों की सुरक्षा के लिए इस्तेमाल हुआ। हम इस पूरी घटना की घोर निंदा करते हैं।
So, Mihir, obviously the Congress and the NCP have now found an issue against the Eknath Shinde government. No reaction still from them? Any idea by way of your sources what really are the facts?
Absolutely. As far as the report is concerned, there are allegations that the Nirbhaya fund has been misused to the tunes of 30 crores, which have been used by the Mumbai police to acquire vehicles. These are SUVs, these are bikes, these are scooters acquired by the Mumbai police and spent a whopping 30 crores for it. Now the allegation is that this money and the SUVs in this particular thing that has been acquired are being used to escort the MLAs of the Shinde government who are getting Y+ security, which is clearly not gone down well with the opposition at large. They are targeting the government on this issue. At this point, the government is silent, so one really doesn't know whether the report and the claims made by this particular report do hold true, or the government has a better explanation for all the allegations that they are facing at this point.
Okay.